Okay.
Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Daily Herald here on Badlands Media. I'm your host, Jon Herold, and how is everybody doing on this, what is a kind of gloomy Tuesday here in North Dakota? It's cold. At least it's not snowing. What are we going to talk about today? News is kind of slow. It's kind of boring. Trump did say he's going to eliminate the income tax. I think we'll talk about that a little bit. Emerald Robinson may have updated her thread. We might talk about that a little bit. There's a couple things I want to address as well, so I'll get to that here shortly. I do still have snow on the ground. That's true. But before we get into any of that stuff, we're going to let the chat and the viewers populate in, and then we'll get rolling. But let's start with a quick spot from MyPillow.
I'm excited to announce that we're having our biggest Made in America sale ever. We just put huge discounts on products made right here in the USA. MyPillow bed pillows, body pillows, go anywhere pillows, bolster pillows, all made with my patented adjustable fill. Mattresses, mattress toppers, mattress pads, adjustable bed frames, mattress foundations, and so much more. All made right here in the USA. And now we're expanding our USA products beyond just quality sleep. Like the cross I wear every day, now available in both men's and women's. We even have USA-made socks. And are you tired of being tired? Try our new health beverage, Rev 7. Or how about my coffee, the greatest coffee ever. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use this promo code to get deep discounts on all these products. Plus, for a limited time, your order ships absolutely free.
I am tired of feeling tired all the time. It's like he was speaking directly to me. You guys, get your MyPillow. Use the Badlands promo code. Support Badlands in the process. We also got a quick spot from Kitchen and Flooring Direct. This is the genesis where you all helped me co-found our newest business, Bad Floors, where the ceiling is the limit. Factory direct savings on all wood cabinets and luxury vinyl plank flooring straight from our factories to your home, serving the USA since 1985, backed by lifetime and 50-year warranties. Save 50% or more with free delivery to your door, plus a free 3D kitchen design with every order. Choose from over 100 cabinet colors and 20 stunning flooring options. Most orders ship in just 2 to 3 days. Join thousands of satisfied customers. Visit badlandsmedia.tv/kitchen or call 888-831-4124 today. Use discount code Badlands for an extra little discount. Yeah, Bad Floors. We just need to find our contractors, and we're going to be the middleman that you've always wanted. We'll take the orders. We'll mark it up at a steep increase in price. We'll install it poorly, and you'll thank us for it anyway. Coming to a location near you soon. Badfloors.com. We do have the website domain. But yeah, guys, so vote extra hard. Ty, good to see you guys. Looks like all the regulars are in the chat. Texas got hard nipples last night. That sounds interesting. Can't be harder than mine right now. Talk about Jerome. And we're talking snow. You guys are crazy. Yeah, so the thing I wanted to address real quick was you guys have been incredibly supportive of our latest venture, Soft Disclosure. We have been killing it. The best lotion products around. The deodorant's amazing. We almost ran out of stock here. We sold out of our holiday bundles. Best products around. Not only that, Annie, Willow and Farms killing it, but also very extremely reasonably priced, I would say, compared with competitors, especially. Softdisclosure.com, guys. Take a quick look at the deodorant ad, and then we'll get to the news. But I just wanted to say thank you and address that. I'm very appreciative of all the support you guys have given since we launched this brand. It's a great way to support Badlands Media and its creators.
Deodorant should do more than cover you up. It should protect you all day long.
Dude, the deodorant stick is legit. I like the mint one. And, you know, you go work out and you kind of get like, you know, you get funky if you work out. Dude, like at the end of my workout, like I'm sweating, shirt got all those sweat. Like I'm like, dude, I still smell good. Like I absolutely love it. If you guys haven't tried it, try it.
That's the difference with Soft Disclosure. No aluminum, no chemicals, just clean, natural ingredients that fight odor and keep you fresh through every workout, every meeting, every moment.
I've always struggled with the, like, you can't use aluminum deodorant because you're going to die if you use it kind of thing, because all of the non-aluminum aluminum deodorant products suck pretty much. Yeah. This is different. This is all day. You're all day good, and you're not putting any of that disgusting chemicals right near your lymph nodes.
Soft Disclosure deodorant, real protection, real freshness, built on truth. Available in mint and lemon grapefruit. Visit softdisclosure.com and use promo code Badlands for 15% off.
Soft disclosure. All right. Did somebody say CanCon got a shout out from Trump or something? Because I may have missed that. Normally he would be bragging about that up and down. Maybe I just haven't seen his Twitter post today. But I think I saw somebody say that in the chat, and that would be pretty awesome. Well, here's the thing. Trump yesterday, I don't know if you guys saw this, but he went on, like, I don't know if he had a burrito for supper and just didn't get off the toilet for a couple hours, because he went on a rampage. I've never seen him post so much in such a short time period. It was just like all over the map, from good stuff to senator stuff to get rid of Ilhan Omar to stuff that's totally kind of illegitimate, like not illegitimate. It's just not, it's clickbait. We'll say that. Clickbait's probably the best way to put it. But look at it, like in the span of an hour, I'm not even going to scroll all the way through the stuff. He just went absolutely bonkers. This is the clickbait one. This breaking: Venezuelan President Maduro publicly surrendered to President Trump. Maduro has now turned in state's evidence against the Biden admin and is releasing proof that Biden asked the Venezuelan government to ship Tren de Aragua drug gangs into the U.S. This is actually from February of this year. It was right after Trump came out and designated Tren de Aragua as a terrorist organization and tied it to Venezuela. He was at a speaking engagement. He was talking and he said, well, if you look, you know, the United States investigated the Tren de Aragua, and they uncovered, the FBI and CIA uncovered that they're more connected to Colombia or something, and have Trump go ask, you know, his government, his people, FBI, CIA, for the reporting on that. Because they've investigated this. So he's like trying to, you know, discuss what Trump had said and counter it a little bit. But yeah, if you put this into Grok even, and that's actually what I did. Let me see if I can find my Grok conversation. Or maybe it was ChatGPT. I don't remember. No, I think it was Grok. Yeah, here. When was this video in this post first released? February 2025. The original clip was from February. Does the translation match what the clip says? Direct English translation. I say to President Donald Trump, with respect, ask for the reports of the last 4 years from the FBI and the DEA, from the offices in Colombia, so that you can see who financed, who moved, who directed the famous Tren de Aragua. The clip subtitles are faithful to the audio content without significant alterations or omissions in the translated portion. However, the video itself is edited and framed misleadingly with added text claiming Maduro surrendered or provided proof of Biden shipping gangs to imply a recent concession, which it is not. But Trump posted it, so, you know, maybe that makes it true. Possibly is true. But if anybody has a link for CanCon, oh, here we go. He did. He did, of course, brag about it. Oh, yeah, the White House shared it. I did see this. That is cool. Good for you, CanCon. No update on the Doge website. How unfortunate, but not surprising. Getting back to that regular Friday update like they promised us last week. Nothing new on the presidential website except for some nominations sent to the Senate. Nothing really getting me all hot and bothered about these nominations. So we'll just kind of skip past that. This is the biggie. Today, Trump is doing one of his show and tell cabinet meetings. You know, all the people come in, tell Trump how awesome he is, and then he, you know, talks about everything. He like dictates the narrative, weaves it through all these people. It's great stuff to watch. It's fun to watch. It's also fun to make fun of a little bit. But listen to what he said this morning or today.
Those numbers are going to go up, and I believe that at some point in the not too distant future, you won't even have income tax to pay, because the money we're taking in is so great, it's so enormous, that you're not going to have income tax to pay. Whether you get rid of it or just keep it around for fun or have it really low, much lower than it is now, but you won't be paying income tax. We've seen those numbers are going to go up, and I believe.
I would love to get to a point where we're not paying income tax. The pace we're on though right now with tariffs, I don't know if we could pull it off. But yeah, we'll see. I'm skeptical of that one. But Trump keeps saying it, and he's saying it more now than he has recently. I don't know if there's something. I mean, he obviously knows more than we do, and probably knows that there's something coming that we're not quite aware of, maybe especially in terms of the tariff stuff. But he's also could just be teasing us because maybe we're not going to get a favorable ruling. Have we gotten that tariff ruling yet from the Supreme Court? A ruling is expected in early 2026. Okay. So the Supreme Court decision on whether President Trump's use of emergency powers to impose broad Liberation Day and related tariffs is lawful. That's what the decision's about. The court has expedited the case, expecting it soon, early 2026. I can't imagine that wouldn't go in his favor, but if by chance that is what happens, he could just be trying to like tease us with the idea of no income tax, and that way when the tariffs get ruled the other direction, if they get ruled the other direction, he's got people all pissed off. Who knows? John, you didn't read it. Some of us are listeners only. What am I supposed to read? So Brian and Alpha are both in the White House right now. Do you want me to play the clip from Alpha? I'm confused. My thumbs up is broken again. What the hell? I have no control over your thumbs up, guys. That is so weird. If your thumbs up is broken, please go test it, everybody. Let me know. But yeah, I'm going to play CanCon's clip that got shared by the White House. So the listeners only, because we do upload this to podcast format too.
The White House has made it very clear. The orders that come from the Commander-in-Chief and the Secretary of War have been upheld as lawful. Suggesting otherwise creates confusion and weakens our national security.
For these senators and members of Congress to come forward and use their status as veterans to claim in some way that they are allowed to stand in the chain of command is treasonous.
This is an insult by all of these seditious SIGs that took place in these videos.
Their seditious behavior should be dealt with, and 100% supported President Trump.
It's not ironic, though, that these are all Democrats that defy and despise the President of the United States, and they would love to see some form of uprising in this country to go against the president.
These senators should absolutely be investigated to the fullest extent of the law.
The seditious six don't care about illegal orders. They are trying to recruit the next wave of insurgents to attack President Trump.
And you've given no evidence what his illegal orders were?
As your brother in arms, I say, stand firm, honor the chain, protect what we have bled for. God bless our troops, and God bless President Trump for calling this out.
Yeah, it's really cool. Really cool. Good for Brian. I hope they, they're continuing to push this narrative. I hope they actually follow through on it and get to the, like, if you're going to tease us with this one, just like with anything, follow through and actually go after these people for sedition. Like, to me, it's no longer good enough to like speak a big game, but not actually do the thing that you say you're going to do. Let's go for it. Time is now to rip the Band-Aids off in many regards. For those who are having issues with the thumbs up, now next question is, are you using the computer or are you using the phone app? John, Grok likes you, bro. It backed me in telling you to trust your own research, not let others sway your opinion of documentation provided under. I trust my own research, man. I definitely trust it. Maybe the only thing I trust these days, other than my girlfriend, of course, and the Badlanders that we got. Let's see what else we got to talk about today. Like I said, there really wasn't that much exciting. There's some, the mainstream media is really hammering Trump. I mean, they're looking for every excuse they can, right, to delegitimize Trump, as always. And I think they're trying to lay the groundwork for once they steal the midterms, because that's coming. They're going to want to impeach him over something, anything. And they probably have multiple angles here. I think the Venezuela thing is one, and they're looking at this second strike that was ordered on an alleged drug smuggling boat. Special Operations Command Commander Adam Frank Bradley, who ordered a second strike on an alleged Venezuelan drug smuggling boat, will brief lawmakers who oversee the military on Thursday. The lawmakers are investigating the September 2nd military attack that included a second strike, which killed any survivors. White House Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt on Monday said the Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth authorized Bradley, who acted within his authority, to conduct the strike, which was protected under the law of armed conflict. Bipartisan lawmakers have raised concerns that the strike could constitute a war crime. The House and Senate Armed Services Committee have opened probes into recent U.S. military strikes on alleged drug smuggling vessels in the Caribbean Sea and Eastern Pacific Ocean. A couple interesting things about this off the bat. So, if we're going to call it a war crime, does that mean that they're tacitly admitting that Trump's war declaration is legitimate? Because I feel like there was some pushback on that when it first happened. Almost positive, in fact. So that would imply that, okay, well, is it possible to commit war crimes if you're not at war? I guess that's the real question. I would say no. I feel like the war adjective is pretty important to the type of crime there. Like, I can't commit a war crime by robbing my bank, right? So that's number one. Number two, if we are at war and these people were considered the enemy combatants and they were in the process of smuggling drugs or whatever they were doing, which they're not allowed to do, and they were initially a target, the initial reason for going after the boat was to destroy it and kill the people on board, right? No, so I can maybe understand that it's like cruel and unusual to, get people that are wounded, but we don't know if they were wounded. Did the bombing of the boat, did that change their status from enemy combatants to private citizens? Or just like bystanders, innocent bystanders? I doubt it. I'm pretty sure they were still, enemy combatants or illegal smugglers or whatever they were. They're the enemy. You're at war, you take out the enemy. Because here's the thing, those people probably would have just got back on the next boat and done the same thing again. So I don't see the big issue with this. If they were, if they were smuggling drugs, I don't see an issue. But I can see how the mainstream media will attempt to frame this in a negative light. That is what irregular warfare, that's what you do. It's narrative warfare. They're doing everything they can. They're probably going to come out, with a story about one of these survivors who got killed by a second strike and how they were just a mere fishing captain sailing to somewhere to find their daughter and whatever. Like there's going to be some sob story. It's that MS-13 guy, Abrego Garcia, all over again. I wouldn't be surprised if we see something like that coming. Because some people got to twist the truth and fabricate the truth in order to fabricate the consensus that, that they have support for whatever they're trying to do. It's not necessarily true. That's how the left and the mainstream works. Okay, so now some of you are saying that it is working. It works on iPad. Brad, good to see you, man. What did I save? I don't know what I saved. These lunatics fight more for the rights of drug smugglers than U.S. citizens. That's 100% true. Okay, so here's somebody who actually has military experience, who knows what he's talking about. from Oak. Once they become defenseless, they would be protected by the Geneva Convention. At that point, they are not a combative by a POW. Okay. So I get it. I get that argument. This is a great question from Spetzel. If a sniper only wounds a terrorist on his first shot, is it a war crime to take a second shot to finish him? And what's the definition of defenseless? Like, there's going to be some semantics at play here. What information do they have? I'm curious. I'm curious to see where they go with it and how this goes. More so curious, not as much about Trump and how his side defends it, because the way the military's worked, like they've delegated the authority, it was up to this commander. Like, I don't necessarily think this specific strike is going to be blamed on Trump, but the broader war in general would likely be blamed on Trump. I could totally see him trying to do that. But I am curious to see how the mainstream media spins it. And it's definitely a movement of the goalpost. They had to demolish the boat. I want to see the video. I mean, they've posted a lot of these other videos online on True Social. Why not do it again? Let's see it. And maybe they have, and I just missed it. So if somebody has a link to that and they've posted it, let me know. Hell's Bay, them people were burnt up with liquefied organs. No way in hell they survive. Yeah, and Oak clarifies, I don't know if they were defenseless or not, just saying that is how they could be defined. Yeah, and that's definitely the argument that they're going to use. All based on assumption. You're right, Eric, Freedom. They need to destroy the weapon. If they're carrying fentanyl on the boat too, you'd imagine, like when the boat explodes, some fentanyl would get places, those people are probably going to die anyway, right? Like, isn't fentanyl the one where if you just even like touch it, like the smallest amount of it, you could die? I don't know. But this is one of those narratives, guys. They're going to run with it. So we'll see where it goes. I just wanted to show you this. Dell CEO pledges $6.2 billion to Trump accounts for 25 million children. I mainly wanted to show you a picture of the guy's wife, because it's not a, that's not a girl. Like, is that can't be a girl. Like, what is that? But anyway, that aside, I am a little curious about this. What are they getting in return? Next year, every American child will be able to get an investment account powered by Invest America, they said. The real power of these accounts that anyone can contribute. The contribution will see the couple deposit $250 into each account, expanding on the existing $1,000 deposits from the Treasury into the so-called Trump accounts. Reuters reported to philanthropists, companies, community leaders. If you want to be part of something truly meaningful for our kids, for our companies, for our country, join us, Michael Dell said. Probably a tax break of some sort. But Trump just said that might be going away. I wonder what we're going to see in terms of charitable giving if Trump actually does that. Yes, I don't know what that is. I honestly don't know. Like, there are some out there that are like, okay, not sure if you're a man or a woman. See it either way. Like, this is disturbing. Just too much plastic surgery. And apparently $6.2 billion couldn't be spent to fix that. So might as well give it to the future, right? Give it to the future children. Maybe they'll grow up with a better education and make better decisions to not get that much plastic surgery. What else? They're still kind of poking around with the seized phone record story. And by the way, Speaker Johnson has still not, nor has the Senate, brought to a vote to repeal that provision like he promised. Not that I guess he didn't promise it. Not that it would matter if he did. They're all full of shit. But remember, right after they passed the vote to reopen the government, they were, hoodwinked by the Senate sneaking that provision in there 4 days before they had their vote. Yeah, he hasn't brought that vote to the floor yet, and he's not going to. but he should still be called out for it. But anyway, they're still bringing the story up. Jordan and other lawmakers were probing DOJ conduct when J6 prosecutors seized their phone records. There's also this some weird back and forth going on social media regarding, let me see if I can find it. Oh yeah, I can't forget about Emerald Robinson's thread, because I know you guys love when I talk about Emerald Robinson. Stefanik accuses Speaker Johnson of blocking FBI oversight provision. Stefanik's provision would require the FBI to notify congressional leaders within 5 days of starting counterintelligence investigations into federal candidates or office holders. So this is kind of in the same vein. She links it to past issues like her 2017 questions to FBI Director James Comey about the Crossfire hurricane probe and recent concerns over Special Counsel Jack Smith's Arctic frost operation targeting Republicans. Johnson denies involvement, saying the matter stayed at the committee level and offering to help restore it, but Stefanik calls his response untrue. The public clash highlights GOP tensions as they negotiate the Intelligence Authorization Act ahead of key deadlines. And this is her post. It's kind of long. That's what she said. A provision will strengthen accountability and transparency, all these things. This language is even more essential in light of the continued weaponization of the federal government, evidenced by the sweeping Arctic frost wiretapping scandal and the recent illegal leaks of Steve Witkoff's conversations with foreign counterparts. Unless this provision is added back into the bill to prevent illegal political weaponization of intelligence community in our elections, I am a hard no. And you know what? I'm curious why they think something like a bill from Congress is going to stop the intelligence community from doing intelligence community bullshit. I mean, it's just going to make it illegal. Whatever, it should be illegal already. But the intelligence community does illegal stuff all the time, and they don't care. It's just whether or not they get caught doing it. This time they happen to get caught. It's not going to stop them from doing the shenanigans they want to do. They're going to continue to operate these illegal psychological warfare campaigns against us, like Trump said they were doing. I have the clip. Maybe I have the clip in here. Do I? Yeah, I do. I'll play the clip like I always do. One of my favorites.
Don't forget this persecution is being done by the same weaponized agencies that for 7 years have been running illegal psychological warfare campaigns against the American people, much as if they were trying to destabilize a foreign country. From the Russian.
Much as if they're trying to destabilize a foreign country. That's exactly what they're doing here with pretty much every story you see. And this is why I'm harping on like the Emerald Robinson stuff and some of these people who are what I see as promoting the delegitimization of Trump. And I think we really need to start calling that stuff out because it's not helping Trump. You can say you're, you can say they're, Trump loyalists or whatever, supporters, all these things, but your actions are probably more important than your words. And I'm not seeing it. They are sowing distrust. They are pushing the divide. But speaking of the intelligence community, I wanted to show you guys this. This came out yesterday, and it was a really weird coming from Miranda Devine as well. Let me pull this up here. Columns up. Damning report labels FBI rudderless ship under Kash Patel and Dan Bongino, who are accused of being preoccupied with social media, and building personal resumes. Now, the report, this is in the New York Post here. If you actually go and click on this, view the document in Scribd, this is what you get. 115 pages. It is, I think she even says it. It's written in the style of an official FBI intelligence assessment, analyzing reports from 24 FBI sources and subsources, and using anecdotes to illustrate troubling themes. Let me find one more quote in here that I liked. Yeah, Kash Patel is facing withering criticism from an alliance of active duty and retired agents and analysts days after the White House denied media reports that the president is about to fire him. A troubling new report card on the first 6 months of Patel's leadership concludes he is in over his head, and his deputy Dan Bongino is something of a clown. According to the alliance, which in 2 previous reports warned about crippling DEI and politicization of the FBI during the Biden administration, the Patel-led FBI is described in the 115-page report as a rudderless ship and all effed up. My issue with this, and I feel like this is pretty common sense. I can't believe that Miranda Devine highlighted this thing. They don't put their names on it. It's a national alliance of retired and active duty FBI special agents and analysts. Right off the bat, even if everything they say in this report is true, not knowing who actually wrote this report, which would give us insight on what their motives are for writing the report. Because if Kash Patel and Dan Bongino are doing exactly what the president wants, they are cracking down on crime, they're doing the things they say they're doing, and they're helping to build out this RICO case, which I know we haven't seen anything of, and every day that goes by, I get a little bit more skeptical that we're ever going to see accountability. Totally get that. But at least we think they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. We're hoping they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. We're not relying on them to do what they're doing, but Trump has them there for a reason, okay? Unless it's to like expose them, I'm assuming they're doing their job. How important would it be for the enemy, with all that in mind, if we're assuming that Trump knows what he's doing and has him in there for a reason, and he is doing his job, they all are, it would be pretty important for the enemy to delegitimize Kash Patel and what the FBI is doing. And we know that they haven't gotten rid of all the bad actors in any of these intelligence communities, like any of these agencies. So how do we know this isn't just another 51 former intelligence agencies say that the Hunter Biden report has all the earmarks of Russian disinformation? How can we take this report as any different unless we know who this is coming from? At least the 51 intel agents, like, they had their name on that thing. These people don't. Like, for all we know, this is coming from Kyle Seraphin. And I'm like, not to comment on him in any other way other than to say that he does not like Kash Patel and like spends pretty much most of his time criticizing every movie he makes. Some of it's fair, some of it's not. Is what it is. Don't like some of his other behavior when it came to other social media people that I know. Otherwise, I don't know him. He's on Badlands for a hot minute. Blame Alpha. But like, if he's writing a report like this, would you take it as seriously as if it was like a unbiased or even like a Trump ally, somebody you consider to be a Trump ally? I think that stuff's important when it comes to these types of things. So I don't know. I'm taking it with a grain of salt. Another thumbs up has been broken for about a week. Shy Reeve is... Okay, I have to be careful. This is somebody else's comment. And so I need to share this so that I don't get sued. I can only handle one lawsuit and potential lawsuit threat at a time. So this Shia Reeve, his honeypot girlfriend, doesn't help the situation, to be honest. So that is not me calling her that. That is me reading a comment in my chat. But yeah, a lot of people are focusing on that. But she has sued like a few people now. And that is just the truth. She has sued people. And I don't need to give Kash Patel another reason not to like me. Anonymous sources are bullshit. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the anonymous source stuff. Too legit to quit. Kyle was super aggressive towards BX, completely turned me off to him. That was kind of my thing too. Bravest, who gives a shit about his girlfriend. I agree. As long as he's getting his job done. I mean, I don't really care. But there does seem to be drama following that woman. And I've been there. And that drama sometimes continues to try to haunt me. So maybe whatever, I'm going to stop commenting on it. Cute assist Patriot 17. John, why am I always disabled from commenting on We the Media? Who runs that channel now? I've never run that channel, so I have no idea. Jordan runs it. John's Humway. Is it a war if both presidents are in on it? I guess, which president are you talking about? Are you talking about Maduro? Because yeah, he probably is in on it. That is the theory. Quiet Coney. I care that the security we are paying for is costing us at least $500,000. Yeah, that is that's like my biggest criticism of any of this stuff is, are we getting the bang for our buck for it? Like, you can dole out a bunch of money, whether that's personally in your business or tax dollars. And if you're not getting what, the work product in return, is it really a good investment? And at some point you need to, if it's not, you need to change what's happening. And so you can make a lot of arguments about some of the tax dollars being spent on certain things. Some of that maybe needs to fix. I don't know. Shai Reeve, obviously you should care if someone that is supposed to be aiding your fight against the enemy is sleeping with the enemy. Be intellectually honest about it at least. Yes. I just also don't know if that's what she is. You know, I do not know that. But you're right. We should absolutely be concerned with that. And I have to just share the screen anytime I comment about this because, again, don't want to get sued. All right. I think that's all I really wanted to say about that report. I haven't actually read the report, so maybe that's unfair because I, didn't give it a proper look through. But either way, just right off the bat, that's the first thing that stuck out to me. It's like they don't even have their names on it. The intelligence community, it's the same weaponized intelligence community that we've been up against for a long time. How do we know this isn't coming from those people? It's hard to take it seriously. Real quick with the Emerald Robinson story. Let me see where we picked up. I think we covered this yesterday. The Japanese blogger. She says the mega influencers are all silent about my election fraud reporting this week. Why? Most of them were pushing early mail-in ballots the last few years. Who paid them to pretend it was a good idea? It's all going to be revealed. I do love stuff being revealed. I'm not done breaking the story of who saved the 2024 election. Turn your notifications on, guys. More to come. Super important story will be drip, drip, drip throughout the next few months. Till the midterms, probably. Number 44. So Trump makes the call to attack Venezuela. What happens next? On October 9th, the sale of Dominion voting systems to a company called Liberty Vote is announced. Too bad. The bad guys need Dominion and its records to disappear fast. I thought Smartmatic was Venezuela. Is Dominion now Venezuela? Do I have my corrupt voting machines backwards? Sorry, I'm just looking this up. I'm trying to figure out which one is which here. Smartmatic was founded in Delaware by Venezuelan engineers. Dominion was founded in Canada. It has no direct ties to Venezuela, develops some voting hardware and software. So, yeah, now I'm confused. Because I thought Venezuela would be Smartmatic. John, you're aware every time you say don't sue me, Media Matters is going to file a suit against Badlandia. Somebody presented a theory to me the other day that the lawsuits I'm already facing are being potentially total theory, speculative. But Media Matters may have a role in that too. Who knows? Got to wonder how some people pay for it, But can somebody explain this to me, the Smartmatic? They're all Smartmatic. So why is she saying Dominion in Venezuela? Isn't Dominion part of Smartmatic now, though? I don't know. It's all a cluster. Smartmatic briefly owned U.S. firm Sequoia Voting Systems in 2005-2007 and partnered with Dominion in 2009 for Philippine elections, ending in 2012 over a non-compete dispute. They remain independent competitors. Conspiracy claims linking either to Venezuelan government control. Let's see this word. The conspiracies have been debunked. So who knows? But it's weird because I could have swore we were talking about Smartmatic and then we just changed gears to Dominion. I don't know if she's mentioned Dominion at all in this thread, and I would compile the thread and do a search of it if she did a normal thread, but she didn't. Oh, she does mention Dominion with Grinnell and Serbia. I don't know, all over the place. Whatever. Let's go to 45. No details of the sale were disclosed to the public. The problem, Dominion is still in court with lawsuits against several people. In those cases, the new company Liberty Vote has refused to say which law firm represents them. Dominion's rep was Susan Godfrey. I'm pretty sure the people that Dominion still has open cases against is Mike Lindell and Patrick Byrne. Here's problem number 2. It's a conflict for Susan Godfrey to represent Dominion and Liberty Vote. Did Liberty Vote CEO Scott Leyendecker just file a name change? How is it possible that he's a sole owner? How did he get private financing to buy a firm with $800 million? There's a bunch of mega influencers who told you that Dominion being sold to Liberty Vote is a good thing, really, because Dominion Liberty uses Sussman Godfrey, and President Trump sanctioned that firm in April. Yes, he did. And I don't think I got as excited about the Dominion sale as others did. I don't remember. But it's still, using a rebranded election machine in an election does not fix our elections. I stand by that. President Trump suspended any active security clearances held by individuals that Sussman Godfrey in April. Why Sussman spearheads efforts to weaponize the American legal system and degrade the quality of American elections. Sussman are still the lawyers for Liberty Vote. Good question. Breaking. The communist dictator of Venezuela, Hugo Chavez, rigged the 2008 Iowa Democratic presidential caucuses on January 3rd, 2008 for Barack Obama, according to a whistleblower testimony from ex-Smartmatic employees now in federal custody. Breaking news. Smartmatic now is Venezuela, but just a little bit ago is Dominion. You see where I'm like, why I'm kind of shitting on this thread on occasion? It's because the inconsistencies with this entire thing, it's all over the map. Doesn't make sense. It's incoherent. I'm very excited for Patrick Byrne to come on Why We Vote with CanCon and Ash, because there are legitimate questions that need to be asked of the story that is being presented. I did find this. This was put out just yesterday, updated DOD instruction on emergency management program. The only thing that I found interesting about it is this. There's a section where they mention COG, Continuity of Operations, Continuity of Government, from the U.S. DP, Undersecretary of Defense for Policy, having to be the one that's in charge of Continuity of Government, Continuity of Operations. But this whole thing is about emergency management program for the DOD. But any mention of COG is relevant to me, guys. The suit against Fox was enough to keep it going for a long time. Trying to see the comments here. Some of the stuff I'm not going to talk about. It's so dumb. Rumble's been bad for me today. Anybody else? Yeah. I think they're doing some update stuff because they just rolled out that the Rumble wallet, for Bitcoin and tipping in Bitcoin and stuff to I think it was just Android at first on a select few users, streamers. And I think they're going to roll it out on a more, mass scale in the very near future. So that's probably what they're doing, is updating some stuff. Yeah, misbehaving Irishman. You are spot on. That's what I'm going to do. John is just a cog in the machine. I like that. Sresser says, from what I understand, the purchase of Dominion was so those machines cannot be used again. See, that's what they would want you to believe. They can tell you like, oh, well, we have new ownership. We're just never going to use those machines again, guys. Don't worry. We're going to totally give up the ability to control every aspect of your life and put people in power to tax you and kill you. We're just going to give that up willingly. You can trust us. Do you think Dominion would allow their business to be sold, giving up the power? It's the same thing I ask with, Twitter. Like, why would they give up like the most powerful tool you could possibly have in an information war to Elon Musk, a Trump ally, biggest DOD contractor? It doesn't make sense unless there's something more going on behind the scenes. You could use that same argument for Dominion, but I don't see any direct ties, white hat ties at this point. Like, I have no reason to trust it. Just like I have no reason to trust Elon Musk. I mean, you could definitely speculate and all these things, kayfabe, whatever. I'm hoping he's on the right side of things. But like any use of election machines in our election systems, I'm going to not trust it whatsoever. It is fraudulent. The results are illegitimate. There's no reason anybody should trust it whatsoever, period. And so a rebranding and a promise to not use those machines again. Here are new machines. You can trust these. Pinky swear. That's stupid. So there's got to be something more going on. Or it's a total bullshit story to keep us in the fraudulent election system, which there's a lot of that going on, including the Emerald Thread, in my opinion. What else do I got here? RFK Jr. has selected a panel, prepares to vote on newborn hepatitis B vaccine, broader schedule review. Federal vaccine advisors appointed by Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. are preparing to vote on ending the routine hepatitis B shot for all newborns and to review whether childhood vaccines are linked to rising allergies and autoimmune disorders. Is hepatitis B the one that like you were only supposed to get if you like do drugs and have sex with whatever bunch of hoes. Because I didn't actually, even before I woke up, had my first kid in like 2018. That was the one vaccine. I unfortunately got him most of the other vaccines initially, the newborn ones. The vaccine, hepatitis B one, is the one I did not do. I was like, why does he need that? Like, I'm going to prevent him from doing drugs and sharing needles until he's at least 5 years old. Yes, sex or needles cause Hep B by infected people. It's so stupid. Why do they get that? There's so many of these things. But yeah, anyway, so the panel's reviewing a bunch of these vaccines. It's insane how many vaccines we inject into these newborns. It's insane. And so it's nice to see that they're reviewing that, and I anticipate there's going to be more changes than just the Hep B. Kristi Noem has recommended a comprehensive travel ban after meeting with President Trump. She announced Monday that following a meeting with President Trump, she's recommending a comprehensive travel ban on every country sending dangerous immigrants to the United States. Noem made the announcement in a post on X denouncing certain immigrants as killers and leeches. Those leeches, they'll get you. I just met with the president. I'm recommending a full travel ban on every D country that's been flooding our nation with killers, leeches, and entitlement junkies. There's a lot of that leeching and entitlement going around, that's for sure. She accused certain immigrants of threatening public safety and draining public resources. Our forefathers built this nation on blood, sweat, and the unyielding love of freedom, not for foreign invaders to slaughter our heroes, suck dry our hard-earned tax dollars, or snatch the benefits owed to Americans, she said. We don't want them, not one. The announcement followed reports that an Afghan immigrant attacked 2 National Guard members last Wednesday. Yeah, shut it down. Shut it down, get all the people that shouldn't be here out, and then we can open the spigot back up again. Spetzel, John, haven't you seen all the strung out newborns shooting up on the streets? No, I only see strung out podcasters on other platforms, but not babies on the streets. That's a new one. Try not to believe everything you read. I don't, Diligent. But sometimes I like to engage with the narratives, you know? Polymathanon, yes, if viruses were real, but they're not. Hey, Polly, by the way, when are you going on with John Drake? Has that happened yet? So I'm excited about that. John Drake is going on with G Money this Thursday. That'll be a good one. Excited to see that discussion. What else? I may not have much else, guys. Got that. There wasn't much from CNBC, which is unusual. Here's a new one, I guess. The USDA threatens funding cuts to blue states over alleged SNAP data noncompliance. Guess what I just said yesterday on my Twitter? I said the same thing. Where is it at? Right here. Oh, what happened? Oh, I deleted the post, I guess, but SNAP is a federal program. If states are refusing to send SNAP data to root out waste, fraud, and abuse, just revoke the SNAP funds to those states. Or maybe this person has been blocked. I don't know. Wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't be the first time. Wouldn't be the last time. Anyway, she's hoping to cut off funding. And that's exactly what we should do. If they're not going to participate in data stuff, cut off all their funding. They shouldn't be getting the funding in the first place. It's so stupid that the federal government is subsidizing these states. We got to fix that shit. But other than that, that's it. Bitcoin has rebounded a little bit. Yeah, guys, is there anything you want to talk about? Otherwise, I have 10 minutes left. I can get through the rants and get out of here. Hey, John, after Jonathan has a few more shows of Spooner, then he's going to Shift Focus. Gotcha. Bitcoin back to 92K. What's silver at? Silver's at 58 still. Croc said John's a threat to the cabal. I doubt it. Did I go to the P.O. box this weekend? I'm sorry. On the Three Boys, I haven't. And I have my kids this week. So I might have more of an opportunity. I was supposed to run to the bank yesterday, but I didn't. So whenever I run to the bank this week, I'm going to also stop at the post office. I'm almost afraid now, though, to stop at the post office because it's been so long. I'm like, these people are going to, I don't know, be angry with me for not getting my stuff out of the box in a long time. A couple Rumble rants. 12 Indie Boy. Ty, good to see you, man. I'm not tipping any Bitcoin, so enjoy this fiat money. I do enjoy fiat money. Who wouldn't? But thank you for that, man. And then the final demand. This co-founder says Badlands Golden Age is coming. Suppressed for a reason. The Trump admin has been watching Badlands for years. That's obvious to me at this point. How does that make you feel, John? I like to think that. I like to agree with you. And I hope it's true. The censorship stuff is out of control. We did have a little team meeting this morning about, going into the new year, trying some new approaches, clip more stuff, getting on social media, trying to expand our reach. It's just tough, though, because it's like one of the ways you have to, in order to expand your reach in today's day and age, you have to like participate in, as Chris would call, like the party of false decorum. You have to engage in the almost like the social media credit score type behavior. You have to do things for the algorithm. You have to change, like, and I don't like that. I really don't like that. And I just don't know. It's an internal struggle because I want to reach as many people as possible. I want more eyeballs on Badlands. And I think the more eyeballs we get on Badlands, like the organic growth will continue. And it continues regardless. Just want to up the pace of it a little bit. And by doing that, I think we can, make more of an impact, getting people signed up for their local Badlands groups, which, by the way, I'm going to be in Kansas in a couple of weeks, less than 2 weeks. I'll be in Kansas at the local meetup. If you guys are in the area, you guys should come check that out. It's going to be a good time. I'll be speaking at this event. Not speaking. I'll be hosting, emceeing. I'll be directing this thing. Matt Gates will be there. Lorenzo Sewell. Seth Cashel. It's going to be a good time. The Mocan Badlanders meetup. I'll be there December 14th from 12 to 3. You got to contact Lynn on Telegram at Lynn Yoda to get more details on this. But that's going to be a good time. But anyway, I want to expand our reach because, as I believe, it's up to us. Like, we're not waiting on these people to hand us our golden age. We're just going to get involved locally in our local communities, badlandsmedia.tv/events, find your local group. And we're going to do it ourselves. And the more people we reach, the more people will get connected. But I don't want to change how we do things and grovel to the social media incentive structure to do that. And that's the struggle we're at. Because you need to do one to get more eyeballs. So we're not going to change how we do things or what we say, or we're not going to self-censor or anything like that. We're going to be putting out more clips and trying to just get it onto like the Facebooks and Instagrams and stuff like that and see where it takes us. But a lot of it's up to you guys too, the word of mouth. You guys are our base. You guys are our supporters. It's up to you too. And we appreciate your support. And I'm sure, we're not for everybody. I get that. Totally get that. Jess Coke, John, I just found out about a Badlands meetup near me. So excited. Also, my husband just retired and suggested I go to a GART now. He'll take care of the kids and the animals. That's awesome. Retired and has kids? That's amazing. Devolve with your customers. This is from Renata Ford. No censorship. Customers always right. Building communities. You're doing a great job, free thinkers. Yeah, that's what we're going to keep doing. Haters can hate all they want. We're going to keep doing what we're doing. Badlands ain't going anywhere. Just lead each post with breaking. That's so disingenuous. Not doing that. No Badlands group out here in the desert. I don't know what desert you're talking about. Wear your Badlanders gear. Yep. Get your soft disclosure. It's another great way to support us. And that you get another thing in return. You don't just get our brilliant takes and the entertainment, the endless hours of entertainment. With soft disclosure, you get honestly one of the best lotion products on the market. The lotion, the Talabar, the deodorant. I've been using the same deodorant stick since we launched the deodorant. Like, it's on its last leg. It's got a couple days left, maybe. But can you believe, like, that was 2 months ago. It's literally 2 months worth of deodorant. I don't think you guys understand that. That deodorant stick lasts so long. It's amazing. But I don't have any other mint deodorant left. And so now that it's like on its last leg, I've been swapping to the lemon grapefruit, and it also smells delightful. I think I prefer the mint, but I don't mind smelling like lemon grapefruit now and then. But yeah, that stuff's amazing. John's an acquired taste, kind of like Brussels sprouts. That is for sure. You know, I think it's my dry sense of humor. I think this is the most acquired part of tasting me. It's not everybody understands my jokes and my sarcasm, but once you acquire this taste, it's really difficult to spit out. There are groups all over the country. This is Bunny. Good to see you, Bunny. Some more active than others. Gay lotion. You know, lotion is not necessarily gay. It just depends how you use it and maybe who sells it. And I'm not gay. So, and I don't use it that way. So if our lotion is gay to you, Richard Rohr, I think that's a user error. That's not a soft disclosure error. Jew Rome approved. I'm curious what about Gart at Gitmo? They got beautiful beaches. Who knows? Patrick Manuel, nope, still don't like you. That's okay. I don't like you either, bro. Unless you're not talking about me, then I do like you. I feel like you've been in like every chat of mine. You're not one of my haters, are you? I don't know who you're talking about because it couldn't have been me. Once people watch me, there's no way they don't like me. So it couldn't be you. You whisper soft disclosure like you're gay. Well, that's just to reel them in. And let's be honest. I mean, I never used lotion growing up, like for anything. Like my hands would get so dry. I wouldn't care. They would get dry enough to the point of bleeding. It was just like the idea of using lotion as a man on my hands was like sacrilegious. But now that I do use it, my hands are so soft. They never bleed. The lotion is great. I don't smell like, nobody even knows. They're just like, wow, you have amazingly soft hands. Yet they're so sturdy and manly at the same time. Like, how is that possible? I'm like, you know what? It's that soft disclosure. That's what it is. Men can use lotion too. So there you have it. I'm going to end my show on that note. I think can't think of a better way to end the show. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hit that thumbs up if your thumbs up button on Rumble works. I will be back tomorrow right here on the Daily Herald, 1 p.m. Eastern, and the DPH. I'm trying to see if there's anything else going on. I think we have live coverage going of Trump's cabinet meeting. Other than that, we have Badlands Book Club tonight. Brad and Abby live tonight. Story Hour, which is doing the Phoenician Scheme. Never heard of that. And obviously DEF CON 0. I'll get that posted here in a second. So you guys have a great rest of your day. I will see you next time I see you. Catch y'all later.
0. 1. Extra, read all about it. 2. 3. Let's get started.
Oh, that's real good.
Why they stopping me? Stopping me.